Hi friends, what's up? How are you guys doing? Well, I have finally made it to New York, which means that I'm here with my new setup and I'm feeling like such a professional and I'm getting very distracted because I can see my image over here, so I'm kind of like talking to myself. But I usually like looking at the camera because it makes you guys feel closer to me. I wanted to say thank you to everybody on Patreon who helped me out. My old laptop was just so bad. Like it was taking like 12 hours to export certain videos. So I have a microphone right now. So hopefully this means that my audio quality is gonna be so much better. I guess we should talk about Buffy. I just really, really wanted to say thank you so much to everybody who helped or who wanted to help. Or just, oh my god. What I was trying to say about Buffy is that I was editing Enemies yesterday. And I was like, holy fucking shit. This episode is literally just so iconic and so good, and I just love it so much. And it got me so many questions for this next episode and just for the rest of the season because I feel like I am starting to see where I think they're going with the mayor storyline. Like the twist that he's not human was like just there's so much for us to explore right now, and I'm really freaking excited. Like the amount of things that when I'm rewatching the episode, I suddenly catch, and I'm like, oh my god, how did I not notice how big this was? They said something about how the mayor sort of created Sunnydale for this. Like Sunnydale is just made for the vampires and the forces of evil to like feed on people. It's just he made it seem like it was all about the monsters. I thought that was very interesting. I still don't understand why people actively choose to live in Sunnydale, but I definitely thought that this just raised the stakes of who the mayor is. And I think that this is going to be the last sort of calmer episode. Maybe it's going to be taking us away from the main story. It feels like it's going to be sort of the last monster of the week before we dive into the big bad for the final episodes of the season. So I guess those would have to be my predictions because the name of this episode, it was so weird. Earshot just doesn't feel like it's a big episode. Feels like it is, I hate to say it feels like it's a go fish kind of episode, you know what I mean? In the middle of intense things, they're gonna be like, nah, let's take an episode off. I am so conflicted about Faith. I totally understand her reasonings. I think that Enemies was a really good episode for that because it went past just the Faith as a villain and trying to understand why she is a villain right now, what made her, make those decisions and those kind of things. So I feel like it was a very good episode to sort of ground Faith. Just a reminder, if you have not seen Angel, please do not watch my reaction videos because I have seen it and I might speak of some spoilers. There is Angel, which I only noticed when I was editing my episode, that I was like, oh no, I'm convinced they're gonna be together sometime soon. And then I realized, guys, Angel is right around the corner. I forget about that sometimes. With Angel leaving, I still want to say that they're gonna get back together because I don't think this is it. If this is their breakup reason, then bro, what the heck? Like, it's got to be something stronger. It's got to be something bigger. So I'm really hoping that Angel gets back together this episode so that we can enjoy our final episodes of Angel being together. I don't want to think about this, guys. Thinking about Angel is making me very sad because I can't. I really don't want to. I guess this means we should dive right into the episode. So let's freaking do it.
You demons can't resist a run and stumble, can you?
That's
One
my
down,
girl.
one gone. Maybe he wasn't even tempted. I just wish I could be sure.
As always, I advise you to ask.
Like he'd tell me.
Hi.
Look, I can't make the study session after school today. Can we do a fifth period?
Okay. Did you finish the reading?
Most of it.
Percy.
I'll finish it at lunch.
That's my little trooper.
I don't know what you're doing to him. I actually heard him complete a sentence. Had claws and everything.
That's sweet.
You watch the game, right?
Wouldn't miss it.
See you, Hogan.
I wasn't expecting to see Percy ever again.
It's been itching like crazy. No big. Just another problem for the good people at Lubriderm, right?
Is the demon in question?
In the disgusting flesh. What?
It says it can infect the host.
Infect? Infect? Giles. Infect?
Oh, infect the host with an aspect of the demon.
Alrighty. Maybe cheerleaders aren't so bad after all.
What are you doing, Buffy?
Nothing. Checking for horns.
There's no way they're gonna
Oh,
make
you
her
know,
into
Buffy,
a monster.
I don't even think Giles is right about you becoming like a demon. I mean, he's totally burnt. You know, dealing with faith in this ascension thing. Between you and me, he's not doing his best work.
He's looking at her. He's got his filthy adult pierced bras in the eyes all over my Cordy.
You're a very complex man, aren't you?
Sorry, they spelled Percy, and I have to show support. He's needy. But I heard what you were saying, really. And I would be frightened too, but I'm sure you're gonna be okay.
She's gonna turn into a fucking monster. I don't have emotional stability for this show. I swear to fucking God.
Are you keeping me safe by tracking me, or are you tracking her?
I'm tracking you. Something's bothering you.
A lot of things. The most recent being this demon. Actually, two.
No matter what, I'll always be with you. Hey, I'll love you, even if you're covered with slime.
You can't say that to her when you're broken up. This makes me feel things. I'm sure it makes Buffy feel things. Don't do that, Mr. Sir.
Pretty dope.
Are you guys crazy? It was an incredible game. I've never cheered so hard in my life. I still have knee marks on my back. From the pyramid?
Pretty always ruining things, but I still love her with all my heart.
I wonder if she and Wesley have kissed.
Really bugs you, huh?
What?
Cordelia and Wesley smooching.
Man, you read my mind.
Holy shit, no, no, is this the power? No, it can't be. No, no.
I'm sorry, Mr. Beachella.
Students. If we could just get rid of all the students.
When I'm a software billionaire and you're all flipping burgers.
Shit, this is so cool. But so horrible.
You're most likely projecting your...
When I walked in a few minutes ago, you thought, look at her shoes. If a fashion magazine told her to, she'd wear cat strapped to her feet.
The demons are telepathic. I should have known. That's why they don't need mouths. Of course. Demons are telepathic.
I know. You just told me. That's why they don't need mouths. And you should have known.
So cool. Oh, it could be very useful. You could anticipate your opponent's every move. You could turn his plans against him.
Literally gonna drive her insane. Why are they thinking this is good?
And people were saying that Othello slept with his wife.
Buffy did the reading? Buffy understood the reading?
When did she study? Was I supposed to study? Miss Murray's kinda hot.
I was gonna say Cassio. I hate her.
Well, the thing about
You
fate...
can't get into my mind.
How did she... Why not?
It's like the mirror. The thoughts are there, but they create no reflection in you.
The thing about Faith... I'd understand. You know, she has that whole bad girl thing working for her.
Kissing her meant nothing. I don't want a bad girl. I've done that before. In 243 years, I've loved exactly one person.
Oh. It is me, right?
Next time, just ask.
Okay.
Buffy, be careful with this gift. A lot of things that seem strong and good and powerful, they can be painful.
Exactly.
I don't see what this has to do with me.
I don't see what this has to do with me.
Well, I think it's great, right?
She's always gonna say what's on her mind anyways, Cordy.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And did you see Nancy Doyle's face in English class today?
Yeah. She's hardly even human anymore. How can I be her friend now? She doesn't need me.
No, I do need you.
Okay, What are you talking about? Because you are so creepy right now.
I think there must be some precedence in complete isolation. Power. You can't shut it off.
Well, you're gonna need to figure that shit out right now.
This time tomorrow, I'll kill you all.
There's a killer in the cafeteria.
See, I've been saying for years that the lunch lady's gonna do us all in with that mulligan stew.
Xander.
I mean, what the hell's a mulligan?
Someone was thinking it. They thought, this time tomorrow, I'll kill you all. I have to find them.
Getting anymore?
I bet it was Hogan. Who could it be?
Shut up! I'm sorry. Just, could you guys not think so loud? Or so much?
Buffy, you should go home. I'll take you home. I'm sorry, Buffy. It's hard for all of us. But Wesley and I are looking for a way to help.
But I'll be okay, right? I mean, even if you can't get rid of it.
We'll be fine. I promise. If it doesn't go away, she'll go insane.
No, get your shit together.
I'm still having trouble with the fact that one of us is just gonna gun everybody down for no reason.
Yeah, because that never happened in American high schools.
It's bordering on trendy at this point.
Besides which,
How is this still so up to date 23 years later?
to work.
I've got laundry.
He really doesn't want Buffy to read her thoughts.
You had sex with Giles? You had sex with Giles?
It was the candy. We were teenagers.
On the hood of a police car?
I'll be downstairs. You feel better.
Twice?
But sometimes the fantasy isn't enough, is it, Jonathan? Sometimes we have to make it so people don't ignore us. Make them pay attention. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
You want me to pay attention?
I love getting to see Willow Interrogator again.
Hi, Mr. Beach. I was just wondering, were you planning on killing a bunch of people tomorrow? Oh, it's for the yearbook.
Okay, so turn-offs include smoking,
Ophelia.
insensitive men, and Birkenstocks. Now, your idea of the perfect romantic evening. Candy, let's start with you.
Who is going to get the demon heart?
Burke.
Of course he'd step up.
Man, I'm out.
Aww.
I'm so out, I've got my grandma fixing me up with guys.
That's
good for you, Lindsay.
Nice.
But it sounds like you're having a rough time with it. Look, just do it.
I got it.
Oh.
Giles!
Okay, Oz, you got me. What are your friends gonna do, hold me down?
You better believe it, Buster. You can't threaten a big murder without getting us pretty darn ticked.
Murder? What murder? You're not here about the review?
The review?
Yeah. Last Thursday?
Dingoes Ate My Baby play their instruments as if they had plump Polish sausages taped to their fingers.
Sorry, man.
No, it's fair.
I just get a lot of hate mail, and I thought you were gonna come and deliver some personally.
What the fuck?
I could have done that.
Nobody else saw it. The coolest stunt ever. And nobody saw it.
Get away from me.
You have all this pain, all these feelings, and nobody's really paying attention.
You think I just want attention?
No, I think you're up in the clock tower with a high-powered rifle because you want to blend in. Believe it or not, Jonathan, I understand about the pain.
Oh, right. Because the burden of being beautiful and athletic, that's a crippler.
You know what? I was wrong. You are an idiot. My life happens to, on occasion, suck beyond the telling of it. Sometimes more than I can handle. And it's not just mine. Every single person down there is ignoring your pain because they're too busy with their own. Beautiful ones, popular ones, the guys that pick on you. Everyone. You know, I could have taken that by now. I'd rather do it this way.
She's so good. So fucking badass.
I just wanted it to stop.
Yeah, well, mass murder, not really doctor recommended for that kind of pain. Besides prison, you know, it's a lot like high school, only instead of noogies.
What are you talking about?
Actions having consequences, you know, stuff like that.
I wouldn't ever hurt anybody. I came up here to kill myself.
Then who wants to kill everybody? He was right! Holy shit.
Okay, let's calm down.
I'm glad to see you've recovered from your psychic encounter more or less intact. Feel up to some training?
Sure, we can work it after school. You know, if you're not too busy having sex with my mother.
Oh my god, I love this fucking show. I guess we should discuss this episode. I really feel like it was sort of what I expected because I was expecting a sort of man candy, like I said in the beginning, and this kind of really felt like it. It's, you know, this thing which affected just Buffy, but, you know, her ability to interact with other people. I feel like this episode actually joined so many different episodes together in different like aspects of every episode. You know, like in a way it reminded me of Helpless because we saw Buffy being helpless and needing actually, you know, other people to step up and help her save the world because she wouldn't be able to do it herself. This episode also really reminded me of Drusilla. I don't know why, but seeing Buffy go insane, I was just thinking, oh my god, is this how Drew felt? And is this how powerful, like how powerless she felt when she started going insane? And, you know, because Drusilla is one powerful person, just like Buffy. It also reminded me of Killed by Death, which was 218, you know, seeing Buffy laying down in a bed completely unable to like save herself or help herself, you know. And oh my god, I made so many comparisons in my mind. You know, they brought back things from Van Candy by talking about Joyce and Giles, and then they also brought back Willow the Interrogator, which I want to say was like maybe Go Fish, where we saw her like interrogate people, but I'm not quite sure. That was definitely something that I also remember them exploring at another moment. So I feel like this was a really fun way to like join so many episodes and make a really special one, because I full on believed that they were going to be like, let us give SMG a break and make her into like a legit monster. So glad that they did it because that would be creepy, and I'm sure I would miss her. But this is just so original and so cool, and I really just totally dig that idea, because even though I imagine Buffy would sort of go crazy a little, I didn't see it going this way. I honestly thought that she was gonna hear something bad about her that would like make her feel really bad, like that hearing people's thoughts was gonna backfire for her, because she would find out people don't really see her how she thinks they do or something like that. So it was definitely a different route than I was expecting. It was like really heartbreaking. I hate these episodes where we see Buffy just completely helpless because I always want to just go there and help her. Like, she was really going through it this episode, and I think it gave her so much empathy and understanding. Like, we could see in the last scene, you know, she understands people better and she understands the way people's brains works, and I feel like that's just really important, insightful knowledge, and I think it just makes her even better of a person. I literally love Buffy so much, and I thought it was so cool to see the gang like standing up. It reminded me of 301 in that sense, where we see Buffy, what happens when Buffy's not there and they need to like do things on their own and fix this and face the supernatural head on, even though it wasn't like supernatural. It was really nice twist for me when Buffy was actually able to sort of save the day until we find out that she didn't. So that was really cool because I went through so many phases of like, oh, the squad is gonna, you know, save the day, and then I was like, oh no, it's gonna be Buffy, yay Buffy, and then it was like, nope, it's actually Xander, like part of the squad. So my mind went through like so many different twists and turns, and I just feel like it was really brilliant. And I really want to point out that it is simultaneously scary and just devastating, the fact that this episode is so on point in 2021, like over 20 years, and the fact that, you know, school shootings and stuff are still a thing is just so absurd. And so I feel like this was definitely just a sort of social criticism of America, of the world. I feel like it's just sort of absurd to think that we're still in a place where this needs to be talked about and this still happens and there are no stricter gun laws or anything like that. I just feel like I was really surprised they went down that route because I didn't think that it was such a big thing 20 years ago, but the fact that it was and still nothing has been done to change it, that's some social criticism right there. And I know that they obviously intended it to be somewhat, but the fact that it holds up nowadays makes it even more insane, makes the criticism even more poignant. So yeah, every time. Gotta follow them on the Instagram and the stuff. Stricter gun laws, please, because crap like this can't happen. Even though, at the end of the day, that wasn't exactly what was happening. So I didn't think it was gonna be the lunch lady. I really didn't, but that was really, really funny. And I really enjoy seeing Xander like stand up and you know, he was just so awesome. I love it. I love when we get to see these sides of Xander that are just like, you know, he can be a badass, but he's also so scared at the same time. But that doesn't mean that he's gonna stop from, you know, trying to do the good. This episode was really hilarious. I feel like it had some band candy sort of humor. You know what I mean? It was so lighthearted inside, no matter how intense the actual situation was. It was definitely treated in a light way where you just laughed so much at the way that they made things. Oh, I definitely want to talk about Cordy this episode because Cordy killed it. I love her. I love her so much. I absolutely love the fact that whenever we heard her thoughts, she would say them right after, like the exact things that were on her mind. It adds up so much because Cordelia is the sort of person who literally just thinks something and says it without thinking if she should actually say it or not. And so I feel like it was just so great and such a subtle thing to like, you know, include where you know that, you know, Cordy just says whatever the fuck is on her mind and that's just Cordy. But it was also really interesting to get an insight in everybody else's heads, you know. I feel like I would have liked for them to explore that a little bit more, I must say. Like when we were going towards Wes's mind, I was really expecting for us to find out something about him. And so I was a little bit disappointed that they just chose to talk about Cordy because I feel like this was such a good moment for us to find out some secrets about the characters, and that's not the route that they went. Like when Joyce was hiding from Buffy, I really assumed that it was because she was hiding something that even we as the audience wouldn't know. Like maybe she has a secret boyfriend or she did something she doesn't want Buffy to know. So I thought that this was going to be an excuse for us to find that out, but they went down the route of her finding out about Giles and her mom, which is just so weird. I mean, a part of me is so glad that she found out. A part of me is not, because that means that now they have the excuse to actually follow through with this relationship, because before they had the excuse of, oh, we can't do this to Buffy. But now that Buffy knows, I guess they can do it to Buffy. So I'm guessing that from this episode onwards, you know, they had kind of pressed pause on that relationship I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that they're now gonna start exploring it a little bit more, because it kind of feels like they will. Even though the episode was amazing, I guess my only criticism would be that I would love to find out people's secrets more. You know, what's actually on their minds other than the things that we already know. I did say that I thought that this was going to be an episode with not much of the mayor, and I guess I was right, because he did not show up at all, which should make me feel happy because I was right, and I love being right. But it doesn't, because like if they're not showing the mayor this episode, that's because they're definitely saving him for something so much bigger. And I don't know what he's gonna do. I mean, I know that he's gonna do the ascension and stuff, but I still feel like there's so much happening, you know. Guys, I was so wrecked after Jenny's death. I don't think you understand. Of course, I'm mentioning Jenny. But anyways, I was so unprepared for that and shocked that I'm trying to prepare myself for what could come, to a point where I'm literally like in my mind, in my free time, I'm thinking, what character are they gonna kill next? Who can they kill? Who will they dare to kill? And my brain, I can explain the logic later, but I don't think anybody cares about that. But unfortunately, the only feasible character that I can think of is Oz. And I don't like that. So I'm worried. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm worried, but I can't see them killing off any of the other characters. Maybe season 3 is not gonna have the deaths that season 2 did. Maybe that was like a season 2 thing to get you really into the show and understanding that, yeah, they can hurt you, but that doesn't mean they're gonna hurt you as much in season 3. Let's talk about Buffy and Angel. The thing about their relationship is that it doesn't matter if they're broken up or if they're like together. They always have this insane chemistry and just the way that they talk to each other. And maybe Xander was onto something on the Zeppo, because yeah, these are such dramatic characters in their relationship, and everything about Buffy and Angel is like a life or death situation, and just, we can't be together, but we have to be together, and those, it's just so dramatic, and I hate it, but I dig it so much. Like, I hate myself for digging it, but I really, really do. I'm like so into it, really am. The name of the episode is of the following episode is Choices. That kind of makes me think, because you know how like in the first half of the season, all the one-worded episodes were all about Angel, and whenever I saw that, I was like, I know that's an Angel-centric episode. Well, now it's sort of switching to Faith, because I'm just thinking, you know, enemies, consequences, those were all Faith-centric episodes. So Choices feels like it is a Faith-centric episode. So maybe this is the moments where she switches her alliances and comes back to us. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna stick with that prediction just because I really want Faith back to the good side. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next episode,